Hey everyone, thanks for joining me in my kitchen. My name is Sarah, I'm a chef, I'm a registered dietitian, and I'm here just to talk to you about food. I love to cook and I love to prepare food, so we're gonna do all that stuff on this channel. So if you're into food and you like to eat, then you should hit that subscribe button, wherever it is, and join me, because I'm gonna put all my escapades in food and cooking on YouTube, because that seems like the best place to do it. Today, it's all about the bell pepper. It's like that song, Isn't She Lovely? No? Okay. I won't sing much, but actually I probably will, because I like to sing. Sorry. I'll keep it to a minimum for those of you who didn't sign on for the singing part of the program. Anyway, bell peppers are a little intimidating for some people to cut. And before we get into cutting it, I wanted to show you my cutting board situation. So we'll leave this guy on top of here. But what you should know is that underneath every good, heavy cutting board is a damp paper towel. You might be like, I already knew that, Sarah. And I'd say, kudos to you. You don't need that tip anymore. But if you didn't know it, do it from now on, because what happens is when you put that damp damp paper towel under your cutting board, it's not gonna move on you, which is fantastic, because if you've ever tried to cut anything and like the board's all moving around, you got a sharp knife and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm hoping the best thing happens here. Don't hope. You don't have to hope. You can secure your board basically to your countertop by putting that damp paper towel on top. Next up, people say, I'm afraid of that big knife, Sarah. And I say, okay, well, you don't actually have to use the big knife, but I would encourage you to do so, because ironically, you're gonna have more control and you're gonna get a better cut on your stuff because of that control. So what I recommend is going to a store, checking out all the knives they've got. You can be the annoying customer who's like, I'll try that one and that one and that one. And believe it or not, those people at the stores, they're bored, right? I've worked at those stores and I'm like, someone please come in and ask me for help. Yeah. So go ask them for help, get out like 5 of the chef's knives and try them out. They'll actually let you try them out. Hold it in your hand, see how it feels. You know, if you have a big hand, you might need a bigger handle on your knife. You know, if you have a small hand, blah, blah, blah. They're all different weights. They all have different size blades. So check it out. Don't buy it on Amazon and say like, oh, I did it. No, go figure it out. I promise it's a good thing. Okay, now that you've gotten your knife, the best place to keep your knife is at the front of your cutting board. I know. Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, but I have the blade facing you away from me. That's because if I'm like randomly, like my daughter comes over and she's talking to me and I'm like, oh, I'm grabbing my knife, I'm not gonna accidentally, well I might, but I'm gonna try not to, grab the blade of my knife. Everything's away from me that might potentially hurt me, which is fantastic. So anyway, that's where you're gonna place your knife. Then you're gonna grab your bell pepper. And for like all vegetables and fruits, it's always great to make a flat surface if you can. And luckily, a bell pepper kind of has these little ridges on it, which make it quite easy to find kind of a flat spot, because it rests right between where the ridges are. So see that? It's kind of flat. The reason you want a flat surface is that just makes it easier to cut, right? You don't want things rolling around, just like you don't want your cutting board moving around. So find a nice little dent, set it down, and then what I like to do first is cut off the ends. Now, I stopped there for a second because you will find many videos of many people cutting bell peppers, and there's really no right or wrong way. So try them all and see which one you like best. I didn't actually learn to cut the bell pepper this way, and I went to culinary school. They taught me a different way, and I'm not gonna show you that way because I don't like that way. So I'm gonna show you my way. What I like to do is start with cutting off the end. So whatever, there's the top, done, easy. And then I'm just moving that over there so this camera can pick it up. Then I'm cutting off the other end, done, easy, okay? And you'll see my knife is sharp, helps for sure. And now I've got both ends cut, and I have this nice flat surface I can rest my bell pepper on. And what is great about the bell pepper is that it kind of gives you a guide about where you should cut it. So wherever those ridges were, you know, that one where I set it down on, there's also a membrane attached to that ridge. And the membrane is the thing you're trying to cut away, right? So find that membrane, and then all you have to do is cut down on the opposite sides of that membrane, and then you get a perfect plank. Did you see that? Of a bell pepper. Then you just rotate it around. You might want to work at an angle because you'll see, right, that it's at an angle. This bell pepper isn't straight down. So you can work at an angle to get the next ridge down. So you can see I'm kind of angling inward. Yeah, look at that. See, okay. And then the last one here, oh, boom. Yeah, look at that. And then you're left with the core, which is awesome. You can totally put this in your composting pile, which is what I'm gonna do. And but basically you've cut what you want from it. There's not much waste. And then you've got these perfect little planks. They're perfect. Look, they dance. They're perfect. That you can do anything you want with them. At this point, if you wanted to cut it into planks for a shish kebab, let's say, you could do that. If you wanted to slice it up for a salad, look, you could slice it up for a salad. Oh my goodness, look at these beautiful salad slices. They're flying all over the board. So you could do whatever you want. You can dice it up, you can cut it. I will also point out that this part is not waste. It is not compost. Some people are like, well, what do you do with the ends? And I say, well, let me show you what I do with the ends. First off, this end is good to go, but if you're a kind of crazy person and you don't like that little, little spot there, which is crazy, you can just cut around it. So just like that. And then depending on what you want to do with this part, I usually save these for salad because those are just nice little big chunks that you can throw in salad, again, for the shish kebab if you want to do that. And then for this part, you're like, oh, what about that stem? Well, you can do the same thing. You can cut around the stem and you still have good, solid pieces of bell pepper. See, look, and now I just have the stem. Compost. Yay. So you can see how much I got off of this pepper. Just look at that. Look at that. Nothing is wasted, right? There's that little end piece. But look, we didn't waste anything. We are going to eat every single part of it. We're going to compost the rest, and you're good to go. So next time you see a bell pepper, give my method a try. Remember, it's super easy. Make sure you get that sharp knife, set up your cutting board the way I showed you, and you're gonna be a successful person cutting up a bell pepper anytime. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for joining me. Again, hit that subscribe button if you want to learn more, if you want to see more stuff. I'm gonna have a lot more coming at you. So have a wonderful day, and thanks for hanging around. Bye. I should cut this. I'm gonna cut this, yeah, just so you can see. You can also flatten this out a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's a B-roll. That's a B-roll, yo! That's allowed. And then if you want planks, like this. B-roll. And then you eat one. No.